Oh my God. Are you ready to have a Sicily?
You silly?
I think it's time we have a
Sisterly.
Sisterly. Oh my God. Hello, everyone. My name is Spencer Street. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, also known as Nam. And yeah, I'm a current full-time drag queen.
And hello, everyone. My name is Felicity Frockaccino, originally from Wellington, New Zealand, or Whanganui. No, Horneke, Whanganui Tara, I think it's called. Oh my gosh, wow. And now living in Gadigal land, which is Sydney.
First off, we would like to pay respect to the elders past and present. For me, that is the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation.
And for me, that is the Wongal people of the Eora Nation.
Would like to pay respect to the elders past and present and continue that respect to any First Nation people that may be listening with us today. It always was and it always will be
Aboriginal land.
Aboriginal land. And we're going to continue those respects on with, respects to our queer elders because they've made it possible for two stunning, gorgeous women on the internet.
Yes, to be able to do what we do, which is talk shit.
Oh. Yes. Oh, darling, my love, how's your week been? It's been a minute since we've had a little catch up.
It's been a hot minute. It really has.
What?
It's been very hot.
Tell me about it, darling. Tell me about it. It was 45 degrees the other day. And then I think like 2 or 3 days beforehand, it was like 42. And for all the people that don't know what that means, so like if you live in America, that's like 115 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
And
Ridiculous.
it's like global warming's, happened or something, who knows?
It's actually crazy. Like
Yeah.
absolute craziness. Um, yeah, but besides being hot, what have you been doing?
Besides being hot and sunny and pretty, no, sure. I have been doing lots of commissions. So at the start of January, I was like, get your commissions in, everyone. I'll get them done.
Mm.
And now I really regret it.
She's like, I have too much work now. Too much work.
It's
Yep.
manageable. It's
Yeah.
manageable, but then Mardi Gras seasons come around and everyone's got, oh my god, we need you. Oh my god, we need you. Oh my god, we need you. So I'm like,
That's
ah,
fabulous.
ah,
That's
ah.
fabulous.
Yeah,
Love that.
it's
Love that.
great.
Yeah.
It's great, but
That's
it's
that
stressful.
actual. It would be stressful. I mean, like Mardi Gras is a busy time of the year.
Yeah.
Like you were saying to me the other day that you've got like 3 to 6 corporates per day on some of your days.
Yes. Very exciting. It's also
It's
very nice to feel
exciting.
like it's nice to be like because they're recurring, it's nice to be like brought back to these same
Mm.
corporates that and they go, "We trust you enough to rebook you," which I
And that
really
means you're
love.
doing your job. That means you're doing your job
Correctly.
right.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yay.
gorgeous. Stunning. Stunning. Stunning.
How are you, first
Oh,
and foremost? You've had a lot happen in the last couple of weeks. A bit of shedding
y-
from the Year of the Snake and a bit of a fire horse moment coming into the new season.
yeah, it's been a little bit crazy. For all of those people that don't know, um, that day morning, I found out that my grandmother passed away overnight. Um, so it's been a whirlwind of emotions. But like a true professional, I still went and did my gig that day.
Wow. Yeah.
I think it was more I had to do it for myself because my grandmother was a massive support and she loved my drag a lot. She ran around her nursing home and like to all of her friends and all of that sort of stuff, bragging about me all the time and like saying that my wardrobe was fabulous and you know. So I think it was very much a moment that I went and did that gig for her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I know that he wouldn't have wanted us to sit around fucking moping around all day. Like, Um, she would have wanted us to go and enjoy our life and do fun with it. And like realistically, she was 93.
Oh, she's had great innings.
Right, 93. She was super happy. Um, and it was before the dementia kicked in, so
Mm.
I didn't have to lose her twice, if you get what I mean.
Yeah,
Like she still
it's
remembered
amazing.
who I was. She still remembered
That's
who I was.
that's the best thing.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and then just, we've just been organizing that all week, clearing out a room at the home and all of that sort of stuff. Sat down with Dad last night to help him write his speech.
The eulogy.
Yeah, yeah, like because dad struggles putting sentences together and everything like that because of his disability. So yeah, we just sat down there and I was just like, tell me memories, tell me what you love about her, and we wrote something out. I read it to Mum and Mum just started bawling her eyes out. So it's been
Oh,
a very emotional week. Um, but I've also let's change to something positive. Um, I've also been interviewing for some jobs, some full-time jobs.
fabulous.
It does not mean that I'm giving up drag, not in the slightest. It just means that, you know, I'm not putting so much effort into Spencer and putting more effort into Aaron and doing Spencer when I want to, and not just to chase after a paycheck.
I call that diversifying your income.
Correct.
That's what we all have to do in this day and age. We've all learned that, hello, it's very bleak out there. And
Yeah.
diversifying your income is something that you do to be able to not just survive, but thrive.
Correct. Like, I want to be able to produce the best drag that I possibly can,
Yeah,
but there's limits to it at the moment because I don't have the income to be able to do so.
yeah.
Because drag is expensive, it ain't cheap.
People think it. People
And
think it's really cheap, and it's really not.
it's really not, darling. Like,
Mm.
fucking hell, sometimes fabric is just $60 a meter. Like, and the nice fabric too. If you can, yeah, you can get away with like cheap fabric all the time and sort of stuff like that. Like my red outfit for my um Ray dress.
Mhm.
That was $5 sequin. Like there is
Yeah,
things
but
that you can.
you also had to buy lining for it, boning, everything else that goes
Mhm.
involved into a dress. So it's
Correct.
costume. A basic dress is not cheap, regardless of how cheap the fabric is. You know.
Yeah, like yeah, it's that whole thing, right? Like so I want to be able to produce something. I want to be able to produce more higher quality.
Yes.
Um and at the moment I'm at the limit where I can't, because I have
Yeah.
to pay rent, I have to pay bills, I have to pay this, and like rent sometimes is late because venues take a month to pay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're always having to
Right.
chase for an invoice to create our income, which is when you've got a full time job, that takes that stress away.
Yeah, and like I think yeah, it's like that thing of, I'm still gonna have my regular Thursday gigs. I'm still gonna do my gigs here and there. Because the one thing when I spoke to, I've said at my interviews, this is what I do on the side.
Yeah,
This is what I will be doing on the side. So I need some flexibility on certain days to be able to leave early. Or maybe one day I need to swap to a different day. And they're like, cool, no stress.
perfect.
And I'm like, great.
Well, I hope you get the job that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, we're on the final reference check. So we'll
Oh, you got
see.
it.
We'll see. Yeah,
You've got
usually
it.
it does mean you got it, but
Yeah.
you never know. You never know these days and ages.
Well, no, you're right, but also you got it.
Oh, yeah. What's coming up? What are you doing?
Oh, lots of shit. What am I not
Mm,
doing is more of the question. What day am I not working is more of the question of anything.
that's
I've
what
got
we
a
like
new
to hear.
Right? But that's, that's still, this has taken me 3 months of hustling to get where I am now, which is
Yeah,
a lot.
100%.
That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Scary.
even now it's like not guaranteed.
Yeah, they could pull it at any point.
Yeah. Or hearing this about this new strain of something's coming around the world. It's like, oh God, we've got another thing happening, We don't know what's going to happen from day to day. Really love that for us.
Really love it. Oh. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So,
I don't
one
want
day we could
another
have all
COVID
this work.
situation.
Neither do I. I don't want COVID. But you know what? A cheeky couple of weeks at home would be quite nice.
Yeah, but then you have to worry about where the fuck the money's coming from, darling.
Nah, they have to just let us deal with it. I think that's the scenario this time. They can sort it out. They're making more money. They can sort it out.
I can be like, all right, everyone's covered for, you know, X amount.
3 months. Ah, fabulous.
Perfect. Um, yeah,
What a
well,
lovely summer would have if that happened.
oh, you know how nice it would be? Like, nice and relaxed. You could go do what you want. No one had to work. I think a lot of people would get bored.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't.
I mean,
I'd go
I
through
reckon
that
a lot
fabric
of
stash.
people would actually probably start off like little small businesses and stuff, like online businesses.
Yeah, maybe. But let's
Who
not think about
knows?
that because we don't want that to happen.
No, no, we don't. We don't. Um, it would be fun though. No, no. So Felicity, I think it's that time of the week we should introduce somebody.
Yes. Yes, she
Um,
is the undisputed queen of blue, the
I've heard that
CEO of
she
Blue Color
owns, yeah,
herself. She
she
does.
owns 100% of the
99.9% of it.
business. Yeah, I heard it.
Okay. Or 100.
Yeah.
I mean,
My
she
loves,
doesn't
my
own
darlings.
every fucking colour, does she? No.
Oh,
525,600 colours.
my loves, my darlings, can we please welcome Abril Latrene?
Latrene!
Oh, good evening and welcome. Thanks so much for having me. I'm here for a feminine
Thanks,
Oh,
sisterly.
thanks for being
yeah,
here to us, Sister Lee. What a great time. Even though I had programmed you an hour late.
No, look. You know how important it is for our cows to get that extra hour of sleep up here in Queensland or down there in New South Wales. So, and, as the couple of burly behemoths ourselves, we know that's important.
It
Everybody
is.
knows.
oh.
Sleep is the best
Um,
thing of the day.
Abril, are you proud of us? We're both in blue. We thought, we'd put a bit of blue on just to, really give us the ooh ah sensation.
When you say you're both, look, as the CEO managing director of the color blue, I don't see a lot of
Mm.
blue there on you. And I mean, there's a little bit of socket. I would like to see greater
The-
representation, and that is a plunging neckline on your caftan, Camilla caftan. So where Miss Felicity of the Frock of the Chino has blue eyebrows. I'm going to hazard a guess. She's fully representing the regional blue representation that I did stow upon her when I was visiting Sydney late last year for the Divas. I do feel that she's representing appropriately West Bend. So there's more work that can be done, but we'll put it in a plan to further progress if you did want to go for that regional title down in Victoria.
yeah, no, I really think maybe we'll give
But
it a
just
go,
just
maybe.
try more. Yeah, just try.
Yeah,
She's the
just do
subtle queen
better.
of blue.
Just a subtle
Just
Just the
do
queen of
subtle
better.
queen
blue.
of blue.
There was going to be talk about blue balls, but
Oh.
look, we haven't started bingo yet, so that's different.
All right, Abril, my love. Thank you for joining us, by the way.
Thank you for
Absolutely
having me. And
fabulous.
so, who do I address
Um,
the invoice to?
Oh,
wait, what?
Spencer.
Spence.
She can afford it. Mm.
Well, who am I? Who am I affording, and what am I affording?
She's getting very scared.
My time. My
I'm like,
time. We talk. I listen to your podcast. You talk about it all the time. Know your worth, ladies. And I know my worth, and it is worth at least 5 cents for this podcast.
You
great,
can have
perfect. I
a
can pay
broken
that.
necklace.
No,
You can have
look,
the
I don't want
broken
to make
necklace
it
that I
so
broke
good.
before.
Art supporting the arts, you know?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And you know what? Some of our listeners could absolutely adore you and decide to follow you. So I think that's payment in itself. We're paying you an exposure.
In
Fuck
in
it out.
exposure. I mean, I'm that excited. That's why I'm showing my shoulders, my little shoulder hairs, all that exposure. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah. Do you know what? Exposure and 2 drink tickets. That's what you're getting from today.
Oh, wow. And you know,
Something.
Abril is a sober queen, so it'd be really
She's a
hard for
sober
her to get 2
Sally.
drink
I know.
tickets
Can you imagine?
then.
That's what I say to people. People are going, I'm like, can you imagine me when I was pissed or drunk? Like, oh, this is me sober.
Yeah,
Ah! You
yeah,
both need to
no, we
experience
remember.
that.
Imagine
Oh
you
my God.
drunk.
Like,
No.
I'm a survivor. You survived me drunk.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what? I think you've definitely I think it's definitely developed you into definitely a force of Australian drag going through
Oh,
those
well,
experiences.
she's something. She's something. No, look, look, absolutely. And you save plenty of venues, a lot of money. There are a couple of Pinot Grigio companies that have gone out of business since I did become sober. But no, it's definitely, yeah, been lots of fun. Fun.
Yeah,
What can I say?
right.
Fun.
And
I
I
can
think you're
drive
able
myself to the
to
gig.
you get to soak up those moments. You get to soak up
That's
those
right.
moments more clearly.
Oh,
So
exactly
I think
right.
that's quite fun.
And that's
Mm.
right. And I just being a drunk diva is not for me anymore. Was for me, but also my character. I would say this is true testament to you as an identity and as a drag performer. Abril is absolutely a drunk. Abril as a character, you would swear that she is 2 sheets to the wind, but she's just happy to be here. She's happy for the invite. She's happy
She's
for
just
the neck contour.
she's just happy that a double chin's gone.
That's right. I mean, that's the number one. I mean, people are going to be like, what's the number one tip you have for the future? Am I erasing your double chin? Like that's what we can do. That's the number one feedback that I
Mm.
get from our portly sisters.
Yeah, no, quite gorgeous.
Anyway, I don't know
I
what that
reckon
had
the
to
more
do with.
contour.
Oh, that's right. I mean,
No
look,
idea, darling.
one day, Spencer, you two could have a double chin like me. Or- And as I
Yeah,
say, and
I
then
could really,
when I go,
yeah.
you're getting there. And then when I go on the injections again or get a bit of weight loss surgery, I can say, I lost 3 chins in 3 months. That's a good
I'm
gauge.
about to find my third chin, actually.
Ooh, snaps for
You're about to
that.
find it. Where was it hiding?
It's migrating
Behind the
from her
second
chest.
chin.
Yeah.
um,
I don't mind a double chin. It
Felicity,
means that you've had a good life,
That's right. And I've
do you
always
know
said,
what?
don't trust a skinny drag queen. It's chefs and skinny drag queens.
Don't trust a
Yeah,
skinny
well,
drag
No
I
queen.
dinner.
love a queen. I love a queen that can eat. That can eat. You know what I mean? Like that enjoys their food.
Eat, slay the house down boots, that kind of eat, or eat as in
Yeah,
12 nuggets.
She's eating.
she's
Yeah, that,
eating. She's serving. Oh yes, Mama, the house down boots. Oh,
Oh,
I don't know where my boots are.
oh.
I'm eating you out of house and home. I like it.
The boots are on top of the house. You know what I mean?
Oh, did you say top? That's how Gayleen Tuckwood does introduce me as Brisbane's premier and one of only top drag queens that you can find on the grid.
Yeah.
So look me up, find me.
Do you know what was the funny thing? We actually thought that you might have been like, do you know what? Fuck this. I'm off to get trained.
No, that's
that's what I thought
after.
you were going to
That's
do.
knockoff. I log into Sniffies and I go
Uh,
hosting in my car. And then I go and find a
My
gentleman
God.
caller, you know, and my hashtag used to be I don't dress to play, I play when dressed, but now it's let me be your little secret.
Oh,
Let me be a little sissy
guys,
secret.
Little sissy
guys, could you
secret.
imagine? Could you imagine? Could you imagine rocking up to a little hookup and you just see this blue-haired woman standing in front of you?
Well,
I feel like
Well,
I'd be.
there are plenty that have. There are plenty that have. So it's not a what's the
Yeah, but
word?
I don't think any of our listeners would have had that. Oh, maybe.
Well,
Actually, they might. Well, from what I've heard, there might be one or two that might be listening that might have been there once or twice.
that's
I
right.
don't
You
know
never
if the wig
know.
was
You
on
know,
though.
and that's what that. I mean, and there was that time because I did hear you talking to that other person last the other episode about I believe it was the Wet and Wellington days. You know, and you know there was a time that I was a frequent visitor that they weren't charging me to enter because I was there that often.
yeah.
So you just became part of the furniture at that point, didn't
Well,
you,
that's what they
darling?
called me. They go, "Oh, the old armchair Abril's here again."
Yeah, babe. She sat in the corner and they just jumped on.
And I'm positively buoyant, so I knew that I wasn't going to drown in the spa.
Oh, I know. I've definitely sucked a dick or two in that spa. Mm.
Or I just
That's
I had the
nice.
most
And
bizarre
how
thought
was?
though that if there was a tsunami, the two drag queens that you want to be near you is Felicity Frockaccino and Abril Latrene, because we'll say floating above the water.
And we're buoyant.
That's right, positively
Yeah,
buoyant.
great.
We are.
And
I'm updating my catchphrase. She's big, she's blue, she's boisterous, and she's buoyant.
she's a woman of the sea now, coming one with
Well,
nature. She's got the color
I say
blue.
mutated sea bass.
We love a sea bass.
I've always
We
said
really
that.
do.
Yeah.
A
She's
dugong that's
serving
buoyant
mutated
and a
sea.
sea bass.
I have heard you say
Not
that. Yeah, definitely have heard you say that.
It'll be the dugong next to you and the sea bass. Gorgeous.
that was a dugong. Oh my god. Oh yeah, the funny story, but that's another story for another day, for another time, maybe later in the podcast. So what are we covering off today, team?
Oh, yeah, we're just going on a little tangent. We want to know a little bit more about you. We want to introduce you to, the audience. Let them know who you are, where you're from, what you do. They already know you
Well,
like blue.
well, that's right. Well, I'm the CEO and managing director of the Colour Blue. And what do I do? I'm a full-time drag performer. I do have a side hustle now, just for a bit of community engagement. But I'm a full-time drag performer up here in Ninjin or Brisbane in Queensland, and that's where I am. I've been doing drag. This is now my 18th year of drag. So on the 12th of December this year, I would have done 18 years, but now my 18th year. The 14th of February will be my anniversary of the first time on stage. So not of February, 14th of February, it's a Valentine's Day. So I'm excited for that. And
Gorgeous.
I currently am a resident at the Beat Mega Club here in Brisbane, Vegas. And I help wrangle the
Yes.
queens in that venue there. And then you can find me in Coolangatta, Everton Park, Algester, Oxley, regularly between weekly events or bi-monthly events or monthly events, and wherever your private hens party or corporate need is there. So like going into this weekend, I've got 2 hens parties and a 70th. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that's gonna.
Love
You're busy,
that.
busy,
We
busy.
love a weekend moment.
That's right. So you can find more detail at www.abrillatrene.com. Hashtag
Yeah, if
not
you're in the
sponsored,
Brisbane area.
sponsored. Well, no, I go to Byron Bay, Sunshine
Well,
Coast.
you
But
may as well get something.
well, and I've done Cunnamulla, which is 9 hours west. So basically, if you're willing to pay for it, I will go wherever you need me to be.
You're pretty much
If you ever
like
want to
me,
see,
darling.
if you
Sorry,
ever want to see any of us together, you just need to book us. Come
that's
on.
exactly right.
Right?
That's like, I mean,
I reckon
I
it'll be
do need
camp
to
old
do
gay
it.
time.
I do need to do a Sydney and Melbourne trip. It 100% will be on the cards this year. I miss Melbourne in particular. But I was, and I've been to Sydney more recently than I have been to Melbourne, which is crazy considering I lived in Melbourne for 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like that's the
Well,
thing,
us.
right? Like I think everybody needs a little bit of Abril in their life. But you know, if Abril and Felicity are together, you probably couldn't tell them apart, because they're practically sisters, especially when they
But
wear the
yeah,
color blue.
absolutely. Felicity is just an extra foot taller. I think
And
but
winer, yeah.
that, well, no, I wouldn't go that far.
I know she is.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
like,
well,
when you stretch Apple up and out, that's me. It's like zooming people in, you know.
And then yeah, and then if you want the other New South Wales representative with the colour blue, we've got Miss Kira Billy, and you just squish and extend, and then you've got Kira. So you know,
You just push her in.
squish and extend. So that's how you get the.
She's
That's
the
how
color. She's the color teal.
teal. But it is still a shade of blue, you know. And as the CEO and managing
Still a
director, I've got
shade
to
of
keep
blue.
tabs. That's right. So yeah, so she's kind of like the Oxford Street representative.
yeah, no,
And
gorgeous.
yeah.
Well, do you know what? I think it's time. I really want to ask you this, Abril, and Felicity. What's been pissing you off this week? Who wants to go first?
Abril goes first.
Felicity.
She's our
Not,
guest.
not Felicity.
All right, all right, all right. Okay. Things that are pissing me off this week. Well, I told you before. We'll
People.
repeat it again because you don't need to. What? Huh?
Huh?
No, you said
What?
people. You said people, and then you went, and then I'm like, oh, but there are
Oh,
people.
people. Yeah, people. No,
Freudian slip.
people that walk on the wrong side of the road. When you're trying to walk, you stay on your left, and you can't, and they just keep getting in your fucking way, and they just get around you, and they just walk into you. I hate that when they walk into you the most. It's really frustrating.
The people that
I mean,
you know, crisscrossing over the crossing, like, you know, having a moment, you know, really stopping you from
Yeah.
enjoying your day and your nice
So
stroll.
like literally just walk into you. You're like, hello, I'm right here. I'm the size of a house. How can you miss me? You walk straight
plus, I
into
love
me. How
when you walk
fucking
up to
dare
someone
you?
in drag and they go, oh, I'm like, how could you have missed me?
Right?
You're right. Like, babe,
I
I was
just don't
here the whole
understand
time.
it. Literally, I don't understand
Beautiful,
it.
gorgeous.
I really don't.
Got no clue. Um, yeah, well, Abril, what's pissing you off this week, sweet chook?
What is pushing me off this week is the heat. The heat, the heat, the heat, the heat. And people go, oh, Queensland, you must love the weather compared to Melbourne. Absolutely not. Like like people go like the weather is great unless you're an overweight cross dresser, and then it's like your enemy. It's like, and
Yes.
then you know, I mean, to be fair, you know, and again, serves two purposes. I do beat my legs quite often, so I can get away with just a sensible one pair of dance tights these days. You know, because I am quite ladylike and I kill two birds with one stone. But the heat and and like venues that maybe don't have the air conditioning up or the right level of air conditioning. Just wow,
Oh,
absolutely wow. And we haven't had it as
Or the
bad as
air
I believe.
conditioning isn't working perfect.
Sorry,
You know, when their air conditioning isn't working at all, and you're
well, that's
like,
right.
how are
And you
you
see it
running a
there.
venue with not working?
That's right. And one of the venues, actually,
Yeah,
the venue that I'm going to today, I believe, yeah, like yeah, their air conditioning has been working for a while, and it's summer and it's Queensland. So I dress for the event now. So that's why so something that all my off the neck hair. So and I don't mind it. But I do have quite an extensive wardrobe, and I can't wear a lot of the things because if I'm going to absolutely swelter, there's no point. So I need to wear light things and things that I can wear comfortably without absolutely melting.
I hear ya.
Yeah. I think that's the
I
issue
hear.
that like being in Australia as well. Like,
Universal. I know.
like you see all these girls. You see all those girls in America and everything wearing these massive, elaborate moments, right? Babe, if we did that here, we would die.
Legitimately, and
Or,
that's what I love. Like
or,
I went to America just before COVID, and I took drag over, and I did drag in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, which is near Scranton, which is where the office is based, American office is based, and I got to do that in with snow. I walked to the gig in snow, and I'm like, this is a dream come true. However, they have the opposite where they then put the heater on, so
Oh
you just
God.
can't win. You just can't win. But I did love walking to my gig in the snow. That was fabulous.
that would have been so cool.
Pun
Because
intended.
yeah, when I did because when I did Mount Hotham, walking around in like being able to wear fur and everything, like it probably wasn't as cold, but like I mean, like I had like full tights on and everything, and like I was like, oh fuck, I'm still cold, so I had to put on my massive fur coat, and I was just like, oh, I love the fur.
I love
We're
Felicity
Felicity.
that you can wear fur for exactly 2 weeks in the winter,
Yeah,
and that's it.
it's wild.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't be able to wear much like winter outfits up in Brisbane or Sydney because they both sort of stay quite warm even through winter.
This is correct.
Not like Melbourne, where it gets fucking freezing.
I know. I miss the cold. I miss the cold and sitting there at the front of the peel waiting for the cab drivers looking for a painted lady. I'll be there looking all.
Do you want a sucky sucky?
Oh no! My, do you want to? Let's not get it twisted.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. Oh. So you're not the one doing the sucky sucky. You're getting them to do the suck. The glug
100%.
glug.
The way you can do multiple things at one
Oh.
time.
You can get your dick sucked and suck a
Oh.
kebab at the same time. That's fabulous. It's a 2-in-1.
From one portly sister, always thinking about how you can
Yes.
prioritize sustenance to keep that figure going.
Absolutely.
Or absolutely, in fact.
And absolutely. Oh. Guys, the
See,
new term, absolutely. It is when you are being sucked off by the cab driver by eating a kebab.
or
Absolutely.
just in
Absolutely.
general. Or just in general. Absolutely
Right,
is a
yeah,
thing.
that's spot on. Yeah, not
So
beyond blue,
Abril.
before blue, Abril Latrene.
Oh. Yeah, well, talking about the color blue, what made you make that your signature color?
Well, good question. Well, yeah, branding is important, and back in my day, it was before that RuPaul's of the Drag Rash had filmed and all that stuff, and what was happening when I started drag was camp was gone, big makeup was gone. Everyone wanted to look like what you look like today, Spencer. Just all tea or shade. No. You got a little slightly bigger socket than
Oh.
normal. But everyone was doing the female illusion, which is very, very important and very, very valid form of drag. But we used to go out and the drag queens, or before I did drag, but yeah, we used to go out to the Wickham and watch the drag show, the Velvet Dolls, and we're great friends with this person, and there were the drag queens. Actually, Little X was there. Little X was there. Was part of it. Lexi Page and Jersey Lee were the two drag queens, and we used to make a big thing that Lexi Page hated us. And she hated us because we'd always go, love you, and she just would ignore us. Not in drag, anyway. For my friend's birthday, it was like, well, the only way to take out a drag queen is to create one. So they were obviously at that particular time, because this is 2008, 2007, 2008. And, that was big with the Vanity, and everyone wanted to like Courtney Act and Vanity and things like that. And I was like, well, let's go the polar opposite. So let's do big clown drag, let's do big colourful hair. You don't get that in nature, so to speak. And so I went, rather than everyone being blue and pretty, pretty blonde and pretty, I went blue, big, camp, and scary, and did and then that, unbeknownst to me, because I didn't really know a lot about the drag scene, so to speak, was camp had been disappearing at that time, and then all of a sudden, boom, I came out back with that camp. It was a camp power, and then that's what kind of launched my career. And blue, yeah, so my very, very first performance wig was a blonde one. My very first wig out socially was blue. My first, and then blue has always been my primary wig color, and it just became a brand thing, and yeah, come with me forever.
Yeah. I think whenever anybody goes, think of the color blue and associate it with a drag queen, your name is always brought up.
Yeah,
Always. Every
no,
time. Without a doubt.
I've even had, when Showgirl
Yeah.
Week, even with Lexi Gaga did her collab. She even named a wig after me, a blue wig, the Abril Latrene. But yeah, and even and then Vanity, when she releases the new blue, says, Abril, you better buy, and I do. I don't think, there isn't a single blue that I don't have. And there's lots, and I have multiple, and it's just unfortunately, particularly when I was in the corporate world before I was a full-time drag performer. When I was in the corporate world, I had a lot more funds to purchase, so now I need to be a lot more frugal. But also, I do have over 100 blue wigs, so I need to also be conscious about, do I need? So it becomes more about can I just freestyle what I've got versus buying new wigs all the time.
But I know there's nothing better than a fresh new wig, though.
100%.
Love a
A
freshie.
freshie. Love a freshie.
And I mean, and there are
Yeah.
I'm looking at them now. There's one, two, three. Yeah, I have 3 wigs that have never ever been worn. But they're fully styled. They're just sitting there.
Just
Wow.
sitting there, never will on them.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
We're waiting. I mean, because actually all 3 of them are double stacked. So it's all about the temperature and the heat as well. And so they're more for like maybe a hosting gig where I'm not doing much shows or movements and things like that, or to make a statement, as opposed to but yeah, I literally
Yeah.
and two of them are wigs by Vanity.
Love a vanity. Love a vanity. Shout out to Vanity.
We
'Cause
love. I'm not wearing
Oh,
one now, but we
I was
do
about
love
to
a
say-
wig by Vanity.
I was about to say, I think we're all wearing vanities, but then I realized, no, just me and Felicity are wearing a vanity.
That's right. Well, no, I just thought I'd go with a
But
different
it's
shade.
okay, guys. Abril has many.
That's right. I mean,
Yeah,
that's right. I mean,
absolutely.
where am I? Oh, hang on 1 second. Oh, this is gonna be fun. But yeah, like I have many.
Oh,
Guys, many. She's got every single color of blue that you could possibly think of.
Legitimately, and hence being the CEO managing director.
Yeah, the CEO, managing director, the full
also
who takes
color
the full
blue.
responsibility. Yeah, it takes the full responsibility for any debt that the color blue does happen with.
Well,
Yeah.
that's right. The PR's a PR machine.
Yeah,
I
it's
will
great.
be
It's fabulous.
I will be returning this wig after I finish with it too. Thank you.
Thank you so
What do you
much.
mean? Is that her wig?
No,
No, but it's the color she wears. Hello.
but I don't have the exact
Okay.
same wig and the exact same style. I was when I saw you wearing
If
it.
any
I almost
drag,
lost
yeah,
it.
you should have.
Imagine. Imagine. Then
It's
we
the
could have been
cam,
like, spot
girl.
the
It's the cam.
difference.
Let's do it.
Well, no, the problem
We
was
could have been spot the
because you've got
difference.
blue eyebrows, you're more blue, so I had to counteract your blue eyebrows with my multiple tones of blue. You see?
I'm
All
multiply
right,
tonal
yeah.
as well.
That's right.
Multiply
Mm.
tonal. Um,
Multiply
I
tonal all the
reckon the
time. What do you mean?
I reckon because you've been doing drag for a very long time. You're quite seasoned. We'll say seasoned, right? We'll say
Oh,
seasoned.
old,
Um,
bitter and miserable. No, I'm not.
what would
Miserable.
what would your advice be to younger performers?
My advice for performers is a real hard one. It's a very, very hard one these days there's because what's the word that I want to use is I look what if I say I think of advice because it's just so hard. Advice is do drag. If you want to do drag, do drag. Do drag. There was a time where I'd say
Mm,
don't, and I know Tricky Michelle famously has said that, and other people have famously said that. If you want to do drag, do drag. I think drag is undeniably now part of queer culture, which it wasn't. It wasn't
Mm.
back in Felicity's day. It definitely wasn't part of. It was part. It existed in there, but it wasn't. Where I think drag definitely there is now, and particularly with mainstream media and RuPaul's Drag Race and things like that, there is a very very close affinity of queer culture with drag that didn't exist as strongly as it does now. So I think if you want
Mm.
to do drag, give it a go. I think when we talk about gender expression and things like that, I think drag is a great way in which you can explore and do that, and and it's very important. I have a side hustle outside of drag. Which is in disability support and things like that. But I work with a lot of young people, and I walk around with my nails and things like that, and just having that exposure, for lack of a better word, is creating a much better world. And so I think anyone that's interested in drag or interested in queer culture, getting in drag is a great way to immerse yourself and find people. I think a
mm,
couple of things that I would like to see differently, maybe, or improved, is I think there is a real disconnect on history. I don't think a lot of people
mm,
invest in the history of drag anymore. I think they
Mm.
scenes and maybe I'm fortunate, and I will say fortunate because I've worked in different scenes between Melbourne and Brisbane in particular. That people,
yeah.
because there is such a high turnover, or there can be a high turnover, or there was a high turnover in drag, there is this history that's created that's actually a false narrative that isn't real, and that the truth isn't actually known, and that that there are drag heritage and drag relationships that people don't even know exist, and that there are platforms and there are
Yeah.
people that actually were really heavily supported, brought up or defined by other performers, but because those performers maybe disappeared, went to interstate, or don't do drag anymore, and it doesn't fit the narrative of maybe how another performer wants it. They don't know that, and that there isn't this drive. And where I'm getting at with that though is that there isn't this drive to want to know. Where I knew, for example, myself is I connected with Felicity. I connected with Ketamine, like that. Veronica Jean Jones, Maxi. At the bigger girls, I looked for the girls that were in the down under sphere back when I started. I knew who everyone was, what their looks were, how I could be different, and or how I could be similar. And
Hmm.
I looked at that around, and at that time, Sasha Fierce or Beyonce G Spot was huge down in Sydney, and she was the only real queen, I would say, at that time that was big and colourful. Not when I say big as in makeup, big colour, hair, and things like that. And
Mm.
I gravitated when we could
Yeah.
chat to them. So I knew about the history. I don't think that there is that drive and that motivation anymore, because I think to go and do that, for a lot of people, it would damage or change the narrative or the history that someone had set up for themselves. So I think what I would like to know,
Yeah.
what I would like to see more in the drag world, is understanding the connections, the intricacies, the relationships, and the performers that came before them, before casting judgment or before forming an opinion. And therefore, I do agree that respect is earned, but I also think if you're not
Mm.
spending the time to understand what someone's history is in a scene or what someone's history is in drag, then potentially that concept of respect being earned, well, you're not doing anything to actually find out whether they should be respected or not. You're just taking them at face value or at a point in time, which without taking in any of their
Yeah.
factor, any of their history. So I think the advice is just
And
know your scenes, and there's so many people. I know that there's talk even in me and Jen in Brisbane here where there is someone that's looking at creating like a drag archives for Queensland and for Brisbane because a lot of it isn't there. A lot of focus
yeah,
has been
that's
in
cool.
Melbourne and gone in Sydney and things like that, but there isn't a lot in Brisbane, and I think that's what's really important. And I don't know if that's a long answer to your
And I think,
question, but I think
yeah,
a lot of drag. What I've always said, where I think we're from a point where people say, don't do drag or stop doing drag, is for fear of competition and things like that. I love competition. Um, I love that there is that we're building each other up or challenging each other to be better. Um, However,
mm,
also I never have any fear of losing any gigs or losing any opportunities because my stance and my matter on that is that if I was to lose a booking or lose a gig, that's because I wasn't right for that venue. Either didn't deliver, or I wasn't right. It wasn't about because when people talk about undercutting or they talk about this, I get there's a financial crunch and things like that. However, if you've showed your worth, then that shouldn't actually ever be a factor. So I really never
yeah,
I'm never frightened by anything new or anyone new or anything like that. Um, because if I was to lose gigs or lose bookings or lose opportunities to them, then it was what I wasn't delivering something as a product or as what that venue needed. Or if I was and they decided that I'm not right for them, well, I'm not right for them, and that's not a venue I want to be part of. And I think that's okay as well.
yeah, exactly. And I think a good thing at the
That's
moment, right,
something I've
is
learned.
with like,
Mm.
mm, I
You
think
go.
Mini Cooper's doing a little series at the moment of like going through and like highlighting and spotlighting incredible like Sydney people that were very prominent in the Sydney scene. And like I think it is very difficult because there are archives, there are places to be able to do that, but it's not as easy as accessible because it was shut down and like so underground for so long. You
Yes,
know what I
exactly
mean?
right.
So a lot of the stuff is like um in a sense it's all spoken through community. So it's all stories being passed. I think
Yeah.
that's how I've learned a lot of my sort of history is by that. Like talking to the queens of an older generation.
Yes.
But I just don't think
And I guess
that
I guess
happens
But
anymore.
even, sorry to
that's right. And I guess that's the
interject, but
point that I'm,
even
I'm saying.
these,
Sorry.
sorry,
Yeah.
you go.
No, what I was saying, yeah, is that I guess that was a,
You're
was a
our
question
guest.
around
I
advice.
insist.
Is the advice is around my advice is to newer performers or anyone doing drag or anyone in the queer community is have
Mm.
that thirst, have that drive, have that want, and you're exactly right. What Minnie is doing is great. Is showing them and acknowledging people's past and seeing those references and those things. Like the Maud one and the foamies. Like there are a lot of people that know foamies and think of different
Yeah.
performers. No, not knowing that
Mm.
actually came from a whole another realm, is really important. And where I will go as far as I know that history. I know where those references are because that's what I wanted to do. I knew that the joke, not the joke, but when I first started. My name is Abril Latrene. I was like, well, I'm going to be like a punk rocker. I'm going to be a punk rock queen, not the camp queen. But at that time, Shani T-Bone was the big punk rock girl of Brisbane, Vegas, and Brisbane. So there was no point me creating a character that was around that because that niche or that particular type was already existent. And because my drive was I
Yeah.
wanted to be as successful as I can be. And the only way that I can be successful is by acknowledging who is around, who's come before me, and paying respect to them, and becoming ahead of the curve as opposed to being behind it.
Yeah, and it's crazy how many people don't know who Maud Boat is.
Yeah.
What was that? Sorry.
I said it's actually crazy how many people do not know who Maud Boat is.
Yeah, exactly right.
Like, one of the most beautiful presented queens that I've ever seen. Like,
Holistic
I
whole
was there.
package.
When I did. Yeah, like I went to when I did Dragged Out, she was one of the judges. And like I met her and she was like met her in person for the first time. I already knew who she was. Um but like met her and I was just like, holy shit, like she's painted down.
Yeah.
Just like
She
everything from
also
head to toe
has
was
this
immaculate.
aura about her. She just has this really larger than
Yeah.
life aura about her, which is something that I don't see
Which
a
I
lot
think,
in a lot
which
of queens.
that's right, and I think that is what is really what is missing was because particularly more your Mauds and Mitzi McIntosh and that ilk of drag, particularly 'cause that's why I relate to the most is that you had to create a personality, you had to become a presence in the scene, or as a performer, and you feel that where I think um, now that aura and that presence is missing a lot because you don't need to. Anyone can be a drag queen now, which is great. And anyone can be a drag queen. Everyone's for the stage. I like that one. But that
Yeah.
presence is not there as often but you want it, you want to build it. You take what you can and build on that, and that's where someone like your more Mitzis, your Maxis, even your Vanities, there's presence that you feel when you're around them because that's what drag is and what drag was, particularly
Yeah,
for
like
me.
I know, like being around Vanity, like she just has this aura around her all the time, and you just look at her, and like you may look great, right? But you look at her, and you're just
You feel that
that.
character, you feel that artist, you feel that passion, you feel that creature, that creation that is a drag performer. Where I think that
Yeah,
that is not as prevalent anymore in the newer performers.
yeah,
So some of them, absolutely.
yeah. Yeah, I think people had to work harder to be a drag queen. They weren't just given an opportunity or a stage like they do now. They had to learn the craft from other people.
Yeah, exactly
They
right.
had to learn everything through a mentor that would teach them their way. And like it was a lot more catty and all of that sort of stuff in the sense of they were teaching you in a way that would grow you into
100%.
that performer,
100%,
you
100%,
know?
and that even goes back to that history. Is that there are lots of negative experiences that I've had, and I've created. It's a two-way street. I'm not immune to it. But I even those more traumatic or negative situations that I really didn't like in my early days, they were so formative to me. They either taught me how to be stronger and to be more resilient. They taught me how I wanted to
Mm.
be and how I wanted to interact with other people, but also showed me what I wouldn't accept and what I wouldn't be around. And at the times where I wasn't just displaying behaviors that were acceptable or appropriate, I was able to refer back to those and go, actually, I'm being a bit of an asshole here. I know how that made me feel. Why am I doing the same? Um,
Yeah.
Seasoned.
Susan. Who's Susan? What's her name?
Who's
But my loves,
Susan?
do you know what?
No, I said
I got no
seasoned.
idea who is Susan.
No, I said seasoned, like seasoned or seasoned.
Oh,
Flavor.
seasoned like a roast chook.
That's correct.
Yeah, seasoned like a roast chook,
Not
darling. That's
Susan.
a good analogy.
Duly
That's
noted.
a good
Who's
analogy.
Julie?
We like to a drag queen. Yeah. Drag queen is like a roast chook. You just need to season it a little bit, you know,
That's right. More
toughen up
flavour.
their skin a bit. But more flavor, more personality. Because that's what lacks in the drag scene these days.
I love it. I love
No
it. I
fucking
love it. I love. I
personality.
love. I love. I love it. I love. I love drag. I love it. There are lots of elements. I don't enjoy the business side of it. I don't like how that can change, but I love drag as an art form and drag as a passion so much. I can't stress that any more.
Absolutely.
I think
Well, do you
I
know
love
what,
it.
darlings? I think that is all. Well, no, you go.
Sorry, you go.
Go, Felicity.
She's had a lot to talk about today. She's a lot to talk about today. Fuck me, I haven't had a bloody edging.
Well, got to get in, darling. Got to get in quick.
You
Uh,
continue. I'll just stay here and be quiet.
no, what? Then no. What were you going to say? Because I'm just going to wrap it up now. If you don't have anything more to say,
Oh, you can wrap it up.
because
All right, wrap it up.
are you are you sure? Do you want to say something? Do you want to wrap it
No,
up?
wrap it up. No,
How
you
about
wrap it
you
up.
wrap it up?
Go for it.
It's been
No,
great, everyone. What a good
you.
time.
All
No,
right, my
you wrap it
darlings.
up.
Okay, okay, everyone. Okay, we could be here for fucking hours.
We've got 17
Well,
minutes, please. Gotta get that five
I've been
cent
given the
word.
gorgeous. Excuse me, I'm trying to talk. I'm 6 days behind all of you in the internet and the mobile. It's really fucking painful. Which is why I don't interject because I don't I get confused. I'm like, oh. You know, I sound like a whole new fucking tribe. Anyway,
Mm.
um, thank you so much, Abril, for being our guest today. I would have liked to talk to you even more, but we're gonna have a Sicily off air.
Oh, Fistily off air. Ooh,
Definitely off air.
Oh, my lace
So,
is
Amber,
lifting,
where can
so
they find
I'm
you?
just about done.
You can find me at Abril
Oh,
Latrene
she's done.
on Abril Latrene on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook at Abril Latrene. I don't think I'm on the tweets. I think I'm on the threads. And you can find me on Grindr or Sniffy CD abs.
Oh, guys, you can get your you can go suck a blue cloud at any point in time if you'd
Oh no,
like to. Felicity,
I often wear a different wig. I'll go get it 1 second.
She's very feminine when she wears it. It's
guys, we're
quite
getting
gorgeous.
why we get the
And
rooting wig.
insider trading.
Oh,
Miss
Yeah.
Venezuela, Miss
oh,
Venezuela. Hang on. Oh, oh, the illusion.
Oh,
the illusion.
the delusion, the pollution, and the illusion.
Oh, she looks
So there's
like a
still volume.
woman.
There's still
Does she
volume.
Wow.
feel like a
But the
woman?
secret,
Does she
the
feel
secret,
like a woman?
the secret. So this is hi.
You know
This is
who
the
you're
run. This is
giving
for the
me
run
right
through
now?
dolls. This is for the gentle creatures.
You're giving me
Hi, this
fucking
is the
Abby Lee
gentle
Miller.
creatures.
For the Brits.
Abby Lee Miller.
Oh no, that would be my snatch game. Abril Lee Miller. Oh, on the pyramid. I got on my wheelchair. Off I go. Get ice cream. Gonna get ice cream.
Oh my god.
Felicity, where can they find you on social media, darling?
You can find me at Felicity Frock on all social media outlets.
Oh,
And
outlets.
on
Oh,
my
we're off to the
website at
DFO, darling.
felicityfrock.com.
At
Yes.
Oh,
And you can
AbrilLatrine.com.
find
gorgeous.
out where I'm. Yes.
Oh, and my loves, if you would like to follow me on any of my socials, you can do so at Spencer Street DQ. But also make sure you're following the podcast because we release podcasts whenever the fuck we feel like it at this point. Who knows? It's usually fortnightly. But my loves, my darlings, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Say bye, girls.
Thanks for having me. And as my good friend Miss Synthetic used to say, if you
Bye.
are going to drink drive, make sure you have a car. Love you.